because of a drug war that targets poor black and brown people in our society. We want jobs or income now. Jerry Brown wants to bankrupt California. He wants to bankrupt the people's programs, those that still exist. And now I'd like to introduce
they're co-organized.
Terry Kay. Okay, everybody. I think a lot of you are aware, and some of you have personally experienced the fact that California lost unemployment benefits for, it was 94,000 people, almost 95,000 people at the end of May. Extended unemployment benefits were cut off cold for these people without anything to replace it like a job. So basically the 3-month average unemployment rate for California is 10.9%, which is the 3rd highest in the country, behind Nevada and Rhode Island. Those are the only states that have higher unemployment rate than California right now. So, and of course, I don't have the California figures, but nationally, black unemployment is at 16.7% versus 7.4% for whites. Black males, it's 18%, and black youth, it's a whopping 46.5% unemployment.
No more! Those are official. No more! No more!
And who do you think is in the jails? The jails that Jerry Brown refuses to tear down. The jails that he keeps packing. The jails. So we need jobs and education, not jails. Jobs and education, not jails. Also, there was a report published very recently by the UCLA Center for Health Policy Research, and it says that 3.8 million Californian adults struggle for food, especially households with kids and low-income Latino people. It's called food insecurity. The definition of that is not having enough money to ensure a balanced diet. In 2009, which is the latest figures available, 1 out of 6 low-income Californians had very low food security. That's very scary. So, additionally, the state has been borrowing money from our disability insurance fund that everybody who works pays into out of their paycheck. They're forced to pay into that. Well, the state's borrowing that money. It's supposed to be there for our disability, and they're using that money to pay interest to the federal government. So, Jerry Brown wants to tighten the requirements on collecting Social Security for those who are still eligible and make it even harder to collect. He's got a proposal to even tighten the eligibility requirements for unemployment. And then on top of that, you guys know about Jerry Brown's tax plan that's going to be on the ballot? You know, where the people worked really hard to petition to have a campaign to tax the rich and tax only the rich. Well, Jerry Brown sabotaged that whole plan, and now the plan that's before the voters to vote includes sales tax, which is a regressive tax. It hurts unemployed people, it hurts poor people, it hurts low-income people. You know, so this is what that's been replaced with. Jerry Brown is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He calls himself a Democrat when the Democrats call themselves for the workers. Bullshit. We know who the Democrats are for. We have 2 corporate parties in this country. They are the Democrats and the Republicans. They're both corporate parties, and Jerry Brown shows that very well and where his loyalties are. So again, folks, we want jobs and education, not jails. Send that message to Jerry. Jobs and education, not jails. Jobs and education, not jails.
Jobs and education, not incarceration.
In Oakland and many other cities, we become visible when we become criminalized. When we become targets of police intervention and control, when we become problems to be managed and contained. Instead of food, medical care, and housing, many of us become the targets of racist and classist gang injunctions, no sit, no lie ordinances, stay away orders, and curfews, a practice of social control dating back to the days of the slave patrols. In short, our very survival is criminalized. Today marks a moment when we gather together to conspire to survive against all that threatens us and makes us miserable: police, slumlords, and real estate developers. Today marks a moment when our rage becomes visible as we struggle not for more low-wage jobs that exploit us, but lives that can sustain us. Today we have decided to take back our lives and make them worth living.
First of all, I think we've had a lot of speeches. I'm not going to encumber anybody with any more facts. I think we all know it's pretty well messed up. Thank you all for coming out. I want you to know this isn't the end. This is the beginning. The UUW is committed to this fight. We believe that this is the right thing to do at this time because of the crisis of unemployment in this country. So we need all of you to join with us in this struggle. Let's roll up our sleeves and get busy. It's not going to be easy because we're dealing with forces out there. People are demoralized, apathetic. So we're going to have to press. But it's a fight that can be won. We can do it. I want to come out of this some people who will commit to this effort, who will commit to building the UUW so we can have more actions like this and take to the streets and make our demands known. Because only we can save ourselves, people. Only we. It's up to each and every one of us. We have to take this fight beyond us. We have to get the people out there and let them know that they have a stake in this too. This is something that affects everybody. This thing of unemployment, joblessness, it affects everybody. People have jobs. We're happy you have them. Hold on to them. People who don't have jobs, this issue is relevant to everybody at this time, and it's not going to get any better. And so we have to reach those people who are suffering the most and get them involved in this fight. And I believe that as we grow this union, as we organize these people, we can begin to push back against a lot of the things that are coming our way and make some changes. I would like for everyone to please sign the sign-up sheet, the UUW sign-up sheet, so we can be able to get in contact with you and call for when we have other actions to run. Now, I have a saying, you can't have a movement if the people won't move. You can't have a movement if the people won't move. It doesn't work. So we have to get exponentially bigger. Each and every time we take to the streets, we have to get bigger.
Where's the sign?
And I think we will get bigger if we commit. If everybody commits to bringing people out to our next action and whatnot, we can get bigger and grow this movement. Thank you.